Hello everyone and welcome to another edition of Educational Watch. So this is Educational Watch and this is where I use my stories by God's grace to motivate and inspire undergraduates on campus in order for them to be able to live a balanced life, in order for them to achieve success, become better by doing better on campus. And of course that is what I do. So in case you're wondering what do I do, that's what I do here by God's grace. I want to return all the glory to God for this opportunity He has given unto me to use my own personal story to motivate and inspire undergraduates out there. So in my last video I spoke about what some undergraduate fail to understand, and in that video I mentioned my mistake back then as an undergraduate. And of course, in case you're interested in knowing what the mistake is in order for you not to repeat it, I will drop the link to the video here in the comment section of this video. Feel free to check it out anytime in order for you to know what that singular mistake was. So in case you want to live a balanced life, you want to be able to balance academics, spiritual, social, and every other aspect of your life, you just see the need and you really want to live a balanced life on campus in such a way that it's not going to affect your academics in any way. Of course, this video is for you because I'm going to be sharing tips on how to live a balanced life on campus in a way that your major reason, which is your academics, will not be affected. And maybe it is being affected at the moment, and God is going to be helping me share those tips with you, and I believe God is going to cause a change in a way that is going to help you achieve your plans. Tip number one is understand yourself. Understand who you are and what works for you. Yes, this is a major tip for you to be able to live and lead a balanced life on campus. If you don't know who you are as an individual, you just discover that you are being tossed here and there by every single individual. Okay, let me give you this illustration. Undergraduates, let me say freshers, majorly, they have this tendency when they get a campus to be tossed around, to be moved around, maybe because they are new and it's a new environment. So a lot of people will come with suggestions, a lot of people will come with advice, and of course, yes, it's good to follow good advice. It's good to listen to advice from people because of course you're not there before. But at the same time, when you understand yourself and you know what works for you, you know that not all advice works for you. There's some advice that are actually good, but it's not going to work for you. So it's at that point that you know that, okay, this is who I am, this is what I've discovered about myself over time, and I know this is what will work for me. We have a lot of freshers that are yet to understand who they really are. We have some that when they leave secondary school, they just go directly from the secondary school settings into the higher institution, and for some of them, they are yet to understand who they are. They are yet to understand what works for them, because being in secondary school, they are easily tossed around, they are easily pushed, and they just bring that same mentality and that same attitude to campus, and of course it's not gonna help you. That's the truth. If you're that kind of person, there's a need for you to sit down and understand what works for you. And the other side of people are people that have already had a taste of the society. They've understood who they are in the process, maybe because they are not able to secure admission immediately they leave secondary school, so they just need to, maybe some of them because they need finance in order to raise money for them to proceed, and some maybe they are unable to to get their results at once, so they have to rewrite and resit for the examination, and as such, in the process of doing that, they have been able to mix with the world, having knowledge of the outer world out there, and in the process of time, they're able to understand who they really are. In that respect, for those people that are yet to understand themselves, it's easy for them to get easily tossed around. When you get a campus, you see people going for night classes, you see people going for tutorials. Okay, for instance, when I got a campus and I get admission, I couldn't read in my room. So at that point, my friends suggested, let's go to night class. We started going for night classes. So although initially I was sleeping in night classes, but later I decided to sleep during the day after classes, after lectures. Then in the night, I can go over to read. And of course, it actually worked for me. I didn't go to nightclub because my friends said, let's go. There are some that will go literally because their friends suggested it and they know it's not going to work for them. So that's what I'm saying. Know what works for you. You see some people, when they gain admission in the first year, maybe at the beginning, they just want to go because people around them are going and they know they're not getting anything. So before they realize that, oh, it's not working, exam is already knocking at the door, they're already writing series of tests, and at that point it may be too difficult for them. And tutorials, know when you need tutorials. It's not every time you carry your bag and books and you want to go for tutorials. Know when you need it, know when you need it, know when you don't need it, know when you need to sit down personally to read and internalize whatever you've read. This is what I really mean by understand who you are and what works for you. Don't follow the crowd, don't follow the multitude, because it might be too late for you to realize that you are just following the crowd, you're just doing what your friends are doing, you're just doing what other people are doing. It may be too late. The second tip I need to share is solidify your major. When I mean solidify your major, I mean the major reason why you're campus, solidify it. We have a lot of people that when they get a campus, all they want to do is just to get involved because of the desire and the quest to live a balanced life. They just want to start involving themselves in activities. No, you have to observe others. Yeah, because the major reason for coming to campus is to come out with good, right? Is for you to be able to do well in your academics, and don't be in a rush to join activities. For me, I didn't join in a part 1. I stayed to part 2 when I discovered okay, I've built my CGPA to a particular level. So that's what you need to do. Don't rush. Now is the time, because now is the time for you to lay a good foundation for yourself, and now it's still easier than when you're climbing up the ladder. So calm down and solidify your foundation, build your CGPA before you get involved in other activities. My third tip is identify distractions when you see them. When they come, be able to identify distractions immediately. You sight them immediately they come around, because definitely you're on campus and there will be a lot of distractions. So it becomes difficult if you're unable to really identify them when they come around. And most times we feel that distraction is something negative. No, at times something good may come as distraction. Yes, that's what we face to understand. Something good at times may be a distraction. So know when something is a distraction. And somebody said something, he said you cannot really say that this thing is a distraction until you're able to tell us what that thing is distracting you from. Did you get that? Let me say that again. Yes, the person said you can't really say this particular thing is a distraction until you are able to state what that thing is distracting you from. And of course, that's the truth. If you're able to say what that thing is distracting you from, then why do you want to say it's a distraction? So that will lead me to the other point, which is the fourth point. Point number 4 now, which is plan your day. When you plan your day, it becomes so easy for you to identify distractions at every point or the other. That's the truth. When you plan your day, you know what you're supposed to be doing at a particular point in time. It becomes so easy when a distraction comes, whether good or not, but you just know that no, I can't do this. This is what I'm supposed to be doing right now. This is what I'm supposed to be doing right now. And plan your day, and you discover that mistakes, and you discover that it's so easy for you to identify what distracts you when you're able to plan your day. Yes. Okay, let me share this story. It's very easy. Like, you may think it's difficult, but it's not actually difficult. When I get admission, I was waiting for my screening. I didn't go early, so I was still dilly-dallying. I was thinking, should I go? Should I not go? So later at the end, I decided, let me go. So when I went, I think I was virtually almost the last person to be screened. So when I got to the screening center, I discovered that I was told I needed a document. I needed to print out the document in order for me to get screened. So I had to go back to the cyber cafe in order for me to get that document printed. So along the line, somebody followed me, a guy. So I asked him, have you been screened? He said yes. So at that point I was screened. I was like, okay, let me go know his place. I was like, I don't understand. I'm here for screening. I should leave what I came here for purposely. So when I said no, and I discovered there's no point arguing at that point, so I just kept quiet. I printed and I went back. I knew it was just a distraction because I had something more important to do, right? So at that point, it's so easy for me to say no. It's so easy for me to know that this thing is a distraction. So that's how easy it is for you to identify distractions. Immediately you see them or immediately see it. So that's it. So the last, I've shared 4 tips right now. So the 5th tip, the number 5 tip for you to live a balanced life is that choose your friends and your roommates wisely. This is very important. Yes, it's a very important tip, like seriously, because the friend you choose and the roommate you have go a long way in deciding how far you will go academically. Honestly, they can either frustrate you, your stay on campus, or make your stay on campus a desirable and memorable one. Of course, that's the truth. If you have bad friends, bad people as friends, you may not be able to achieve your plans on campus. You may not be able to achieve your goals on campus, because definitely in one way or the other they're going to influence you. So choose your friends wisely, and your roommate too. Please be very careful, because on campus, like I used to say, roommate is just like an husband, because definitely you're going to be living together. I'm talking now as regarding people that will stay off campus. If you're going to stay on campus, you may not really have a say as to who you're going to live with, right? You may not really have a say, but of course you can still pray about it. There's nothing that is too small or too big to pray about. So when you pray about it, God knows your desire, and of course he said he's going to give you the desire of your heart once you ask. Said ask and it shall be given unto you. So just ask. And for people living off campus, to just also pray about it, that you need a good roommate, and God knows how it just going to make everything work out together. For me on campus, I want to say okay, let me leave that in my next video. I'm going to share with you my experience with my roommate, how I saw her. Watch out carefully for this. And thank you so much for watching this video. Thank you so much. See you in my next video. Bye.